Welcome to my digital story in PolyU training. I'm Lao Ping Pui, Group H. Day 1. Structural Steel. Part 1. Steel inspection. This is done at the beginning of the practical work. In the lesson, the teacher only shows us how to using dry penetration testing to check crack. The crack is shown in the plate. After that, the other tutor shows us different kinds of tools for steelworking construction and the safety measurement. Then we cut the steel of support into the desired shape. I am using the hydraulic cutting machine to cut the steel. Here is the student using the chalk to do the marking. Then we do the marking on the table instead of calculation of the dimension, since marking is faster. Third, we drill the steel support of table. I am also assigning to do drilling work. Then we drill the table. After that, we are using the bolt and nut to connect the support of the table together. Here is our final product. Day 2. NDT and anchoring. Part 1. NDT. NDT is commonly used in construction industry to inspect the reinforcement. The first one is the rebound hammer test. I take the rebound hammer to check the strength of the concrete sample. After the rebound hammer test, it is half potential test. In this part, I use copper sulfate iron to put on different points on the concrete. For the cover inspection, it is same theory as half potential test. Final one is the infrared, and tutor demonstrates this test for us. Part 2. Anchoring. We have opportunities to learn different kinds of anchor. The tutor first demonstrates once, and then we follow his installation skills to install the anchor. Due to the structural design problem, the anchor installed too close to the edge of the concrete. The failure of concrete is occur. Here is the failure of concrete. Finally, we try to pull out the installed anchor by machine. Day 3. Formwork. At the beginning of the formwork lesson, tutor gives us the briefing about the safety precaution learning and basic knowledge about formwork. After that, we start to make a small box. We use this equipment to form a small box. Here is our final product. In the afternoon, we require to make a I-shaped formwork. After determining the dimension of formwork, we start cutting plywood into desired shape. I am using the saw bed to cut the plywood. After cutting the plywood, we start to connect the plywood by nailing to form I-shaped formwork. Here is one side of our formwork. We try to stand up the plywood to form the I-shaped formwork. When the I-shaped formwork is formed, we use the tie bar to connect the railing. Here is our I-shaped formwork. Day 4. Scaffolding. The tutor introduces different components of wall formwork first. Then he tells us the safety precaution and the construction method about force work. He demonstrates how to use the tools to construct force work. After the introducing of force work, we start to work. We are divided into 3 groups: managers, supervisors, and workers. I am assigned to be a worker to construct the scaffold. I am using the level to check whether the ledger is horizontal or not. Finally, we construct the scaffolding successfully. Day 5. Brickwork and plastering. Part 1. Bricklaying. The tutor uses the chalk block to mark the position where lay. Then he uses the cement mortar to lay the brick on the floor. After that, he uses split level to check the level of the brick. After the tutor finishes laying the brick, he requires us to do one. Finally, we successfully lay the brick on the floor. Part 2. Plastering. The tutor demonstrates once how to do plastering on the wall. He puts cement mortar on the wall and spread it evenly. Part 3. Sticking tiles on the wall. He mixes the cement lime mortar for jointing the tiles on the wall, and then he uses the tile cutter to cut the tile. Besides, the tutor demonstrates how to stick the mosaic tile on the wall. Part 4. Floor tiles. The tutor demonstrates how to stick the floor tiles on wall. Also, we try to do once. Here is the final product from the tutor. Actually, we are failed to stick the floor tiles. Day 6. Structural concrete. Part 1. Form the cubic concrete block. After decide the water cement aggregate ratio, we take the ingredient of concrete and obtain the design mass of each ingredient. Then we mix the concrete in the bucket. Finally, we pour the fresh concrete into the cubic container. Then we wait the concrete 3 days for hardening. Part 2. Making the I-shaped concrete beam. Also, after we decide the cement ratio, we go to take the ingredients of concrete and put them into the concrete mixer to mix the concrete. We pour the ingredients into the concrete mixer. After we mix the fresh concrete, we do the slump test to check the workability of the fresh concrete. After that, we put the fresh concrete into formwork and use the vibrating rod to remove the air of the concrete. Finally, we also wait the concrete 3 days for hardening. Day 7. Structural concrete and reinforcement. Part 1. Inspection of the concrete. After 3 days, concrete is hardened. We start to remove the formwork. Here is our cubic concrete block. Then we go to do the cubic strength test. We take the cubic concrete to the compression testing machine. Here is our failure load of our concrete, which is 574.6. Then the tutor checked our hardened I-shaped concrete beam. She said that our compression of the fresh concrete is not good enough, so that there are some holes on the surface concrete. Part 2. Reinforcement Fixing Training. After the checking of the hardening concrete, the tutor demonstrates a sample of reinforcement to us. After that, we start measure the length and cut them by machine. Then, we start to bend the steel by the hand drive bend machine. Also, tutor shows us how to use the rebar bending machine to bend it. When we finish the bending, we try to fix the reinforcement. These are the tools we used to fix the reinforcement. We fix the reinforcement based on the data from the mill sheet. We are going to do the marking for the position of links. This is our final product. After this training, I obtained lots of benefits. I learned lots of skills of construction. For example, drilling, formwork construction. It is good for me in the future since I am studying construction and management. I also realized that the safety in the different construction work is very important since it may cause serious injury or death if the safety precaution is not well monitored. So the tutor gives messages that safety is very important to us in every lesson. In this training, I think the work I did is very interesting, and I like the construction program more than before after the workshop.